going on, runners? Over the last couple of days, we have had some huge information dumps from the Marathon Dev team and Joe Ziegler specifically. Just going to go over these in an in-depth but quick format because it is a ton of text. If you want to read the entire article yourself, just go to marathongame.com, navigate over to the news page, and we're going to be looking over the Season 2 and launch learnings and what's next pages. I'm going to start with the Season 2 changes. I'm going to give you a quick synopsis of this because it is a lot of information. So the big takeaways is that for the end of season update, which is going to be coming out on next Tuesday, recording this on May 14th, so just a couple of days from now, we're getting our update 1.0.9, and I'll do a notes video on that to get the specifics. But the big parts of it is going to be more guaranteed loot, more hostile enemies, and just a little bit of organized chaos, really ramping up for intensity at the end of the season. So we're getting guaranteed map events and keys. So right here, locked rooms are guaranteed to drop from wardens for the remainder of the season. So locked room keys, ones you can pick up from events, and they're fragile, and you have to run over there within that run and pick up that key for the loot. Those are going to be dropping from every warden. Additionally, intercepts, lockdowns, wardens, convoys, and anomalies are going to be guaranteed each run. So those high-tier loot sources, you're not going to be running into a situation where you spawn into Dire Marsh and wait 20 minutes only to realize that not a damn thing spawned. That's awesome. But in addition to this, we're getting an escalation in UESC forces. New warden encounters. Wardens are going to spawn at new points of interest in Perimeter, Dire Marsh, and Outpost, which is actually that's going to throw a little wrench into the flow of those maps, and I think that's pretty stinking cool because we've all gotten used to where the wardens spawn. You either go there and grab what you need and avoid the warden, or you go and kill the warden and know you can get third-partied, and there's very specific spots that's going to happen in. So it rotating POIs potentially can shake up the flow, the dynamic of each run, which is phenomenal. Because sometimes the maps feel a little scripted, especially if you're running into similar lobbies. In addition to that, for the escalation of forces, dropship flyovers and crash sites, UESC aerial activity has been increased dramatically on Perimeter. Use this as an opportunity to seize their supplies. The UESC will be deploying a new threat on Dire Marsh and Perimeter to help shut down runner activity. Not saying exactly what that is, but I'm kind of excited to see that. Cryo Archive increased availability. I'm just going to read this directly. We want more players to have their shot at Cryo Archive before the season closes, so the map will be available every day starting from May 21st through the end of the season on June 2nd. Pardon me. Those of you worried about losing it all in the Lose Everything Factory, don't worry. You will get a free Cryo Archive sponsor kit in your mailbox every day. Players looking for the ultimate challenge will be able to test their mettle in Cryo Archive Ranked. The special version of Cryo will serve as the grand closure of the Ranked season for Season 1 and will be available from May 24th at 10 to May 28th at 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Note that regular Cryo will not be available during the same time as Ranked Cryo. So that starts in 10 days from the release of this video. Ranked Cryo requirements will be runner level 25, low stakes, 3,000 credit requirement, high stakes, 10,000 credit requirement for your loadouts. Faction progression. Through the end of the season, we're increasing faction experience gains from all sources. Balance changes. Rook updates. Signal Mask will be active for longer while sprinting, and the range at which AI will detect your footsteps with Signal Mask active has been reduced. The key template changes. They're changing the key templates from fragile, where if you even get downed, they go away, to being compromised. So just like the Waster in the Backpack from Rook, you have to find a matter fixative to exfil with them. They're changing the key templates to be compromised. That is a phenomenal change. I'm so excited for this. I don't know about y'all, but I've personally lost at, I think my worst was I took 6 key templates in, which was a little dumb, but no risk, no reward. That hurt. that hurt getting downed. So new ways to find keys. We'll also be creating new places for deluxe keys to drop, so there's another chance for valuable loot on every map. After the update coming next Tuesday, update 1.0.9, there will be a chance for blue keys, deluxe keys, to drop from every wall safe you loot. So a little bit more reason to hack those saves. Preparing for the reset. When Season 2 begins, Marathon will go through its first ever seasonal reset. The goal is for everyone to have a clean slate and equal footing at the start of the new season. It's a time where the community can explore what's new, discover what's valuable, and chart a new path through the season together. So here's the big things to look for. I'm going to scroll down and we'll pop back up to those rank rewards here in a sec. Affected by the seasonal reset. Your runner level, your rank level, your faction level and upgrades, and credits and currencies aside from Lux and Silk, the purchased and the reward track currencies. All items in your inventory and vault. Purchases unlocked by schemas. All messages, so saved items in your messages that you've lent out. Messages, rewards, and returned items to your mailbox. Priority contracts with the exception of the first contract for each faction. Gear granting seasonal codex entries for runner level and ranked. Those are all reset. Not affected by the season reset. All cosmetic and weapons unlocked and redeemed during Season 1. Codex challenges, including partial progress aside from runner and rank levels. So combat feats, loot, map and runner, and titles. All of those progressions that you've worked on through Season 1 are going to retain, in addition to prior archive subroutines. Faction unlocked. You don't have to re-unlock the factions again at the start of the season, and you don't have to complete their initial priority contracts. Your rewards past progress also won't reset, and that's where you're getting the Silk and Lux. I believe it's Silk. Lux is the one you pay for. At the start of Season 2, CyberAcme will provide you with multiple sponsor kits based off what level you earned in Season 1. You can get a total of 4 from level 10, 25, 50, and 75. You get Enhanced, Green, Deluxe, Blue, and Purple Superior for getting to runner level 10, 25, 50, and 75 respectively. And if you did hit 75, you will get all 4. Now, we're going to scroll back up here to the ranked rewards. If you've been touching on ranked at all, if you got to Bronze 1, you will get an emblem. If you get to Silver 1, you will get an emblem and a background. Gold 3 gets you the Destroyer style skin. Gold 1 gets you the gold emblem and the Gilded Survivor title. Platinum 1 gets you the Runner emblem and the Strider skin. Diamond 1, Diamond Runner emblem and the Bully skin. Pinnacle 1 is the Pinnacle emblem, the Repeater HPR skin, and the Ascendant Survivor title. Those titles will retain through the next season. To carry it into a season further than that, you have to achieve that rank again in the subsequent season. So you only get to keep that title for one season following the time that you earned it. If you earn the same one again, it will carry over to the following season. If you get lower than that or get higher than that, you will then get the title with your new rank. So those are the big ranked rewards for the end of season. So also, I skipped over this to hit the all the seasonal resets. All unclaimed gear and equipment reward packages from factions in the Codex will reset with the season. So don't stockpile up those. It's similar to in Destiny doing bounties. They will fully reset. You do not get to pop those at the start of the next season for new gear. They completely reset. Now, you do get to keep the cosmetics and styles, titles, emblems, even if you don't claim them during the Codex. They will auto-claim on the reset, so you're not going to miss anything that you earned and maybe just didn't pop into the Codex to physically claim it. So that's good. That's some good quality of life for the reset that you don't have to worry about. Here's the Destroyer skin, the Strider skin, the Bully skin, and the HPR skin that are available through their respective ranks. Season 2 is called Season 2 Nightfall. It's going to be beginning on June 2nd, and it will be bringing the new Nightmarsh zone, a new runner shell, some new weapons, and hopefully they're going to be delivering on the quality of life updates. They've done a lot of research this Season 1. I feel like Season 1, everybody who played was part of the guinea pig process, and because of that, our feedback is actually being taken into account. So there's going to be a full list of details for that coming the week of May 25th. So that week that Cryo is the ranked map, the last week ranked, that's when we're going to get the full Season 2 notes and updates. So that's the end of this article specifically for Season 2. That was released yesterday on May 13th. If you're watching this after the 14th, obviously it wasn't yesterday. Now, earlier today, Joe Ziegler launched a wall of text. So I'm going to cover the TLDR, and then I'm going to read a couple of quotes from different parts of the article. I enjoyed reading it, and if you are a bit nerdy like me, feel free to read this. It was a good read, quite entertaining. And this is just from Joe himself. Short version. With the first season of Marathon, we've created a strong core community. We embarked on a multi-seasonal journey built around growing from the seed of this strong community. We're looking to solve some pain points for players, making the game less grindy and more rewarding, making improvements to things like the UI and UX, matchmaking, endgame meta, playing as solos and duos, etc. Smoothing out onboarding. Big. We're also going to build out more of the core game, add new and fun, mind-bending content, new and updated zones, runner shelves, new combatants, weapons, loot, and more. Building systems to make progressing more interesting. We want to build more survival experiences for different moods, like if you want to full sweat or lean back and chill, exploring more pure PvP, PvE, and PvP light experiences. Continue experimenting with experimental queues to learn more around these experiences. Other highlights, we're bringing back duos for Season 2 with a rotating duos queue. That'll be cool. We're testing some experiments in Season 2 around PvE and PvP light modes. We're expanding the max size of your vault and increasing faction progression rates through Season 2. We'll talk more about Season 2 content like Night March and new Cradle progression system, the Runner Shell Sentinel, the week of May 25th. If this summary has your interest piqued, read on below for more info on these topics. I've already read this, so I'm going to skip to the spots that I feel are pretty important for everybody to at least be aware of. So, as we move towards bringing all these ideas to life, we brought together a team to make a social survival experience, one built around a few core concepts and themes. And I think they did a couple of these things really well. And this, number one, everything is potentially dangerous. They have created an environment where everything is a hazard or a threat, including the fauna and the flora. I don't know about you. I have died to ticks. I have died to the fort plants that give you the tox, weather patterns, NPC, enemies, and other players. Everything can kill you in Marathon, and I think that's awesome. It brings a unique challenge. You can be fighting other people, and a plant will get you, a tick will get you, UESC, everything's dangerous. Preparing is important. Taking what you need into a run, you feel the difference when you bring what you need to get a priority contract done. Say you're doing something that requires a lockdown. If you don't bring your antivirus, you might potentially be screwed unless you find one. Every run moves you forward. Ensuring every run feels like it's pushing you forward, raising the floor on your possibilities. I think they did this for the most part. There are times where runs feel like backwards progression. Like if you take in some of your favorite items and you lose them, it can be very discouraging. But based off of anything you did within the run itself, you did gain some amount of reputation, some amount of credit, something. Every time you go in, you are gaining something, even if you lose more. And that's good. I think they could work on doubling down on feeling like you're getting something out of each run. That way the losses, okay, even if you take a loss, you're like, okay, well, I still got reputation, and that reputation rank up package is going to get me another backpack to replace that good one I just lost. That'd be cool. Bigger risk, bigger reward. Create an environment where you can take on more risk of death to gain better rewards. Use your judgment, focus on open-ended discussions, let players tackle challenges in open-ended ways, fight, flee, evade. Based on your judgment of the scenario, create alliances, compete to gain resources, or wait out the battle and scavenge the field. And then surviving matters. Surviving is a core part of this game. So that was their 6 items that they wanted to build Marathon on. And for the most part, I think they've done a good job, but they do have some polishing to do. This is Season 1 after all. Like I said before, I feel like we're kind of the guinea pigs, but it's been a really fun time doing it. So what he was saying went well. Out of the gate, it was exciting to see the core community build around the tense survival experience we created. The sheer number of stories the community has shared of their moments running across the planet, battling UESC, and getting into heated fights with other runners, and yes, sometimes dying to the errant tick nest or poison plant, were overwhelmingly inspiring. So yes, the community and the engagement they've made with Tau City 4 has been quite good. Those who love the game and are still playing it really do enjoy it. There's a lot of hate out there in comments. My opinion on that is if you don't like the game, don't play it. There's thousands of other games to play. Go play those. So here is what I wanted to show everyone. If you don't read this whole thing, reading these bullet points is important. Marathon is overwhelming to learn. This is coming from the game director. Marathon for new players can be an overwhelming experience. After a short tutorial, you're often thrown into the fire to learn a lot of concepts, navigate a lot of screens, filter through a ton of loot, and build muscle memory with mechanics fairly quickly in a hostile environment where other players can bring you down and take your stuff. And it's easy to hit a wall if you're not spending lots of time, you don't have a consistent crew, or are not super skilled. Matching can feel like a death spiral for some players. Get up, go in, die. Or someone gets the jump on you while you're looting. Faction progress can feel like a slog, and you struggle to get mats and credits to upgrade. You rarely get out of that loop, and the endgame of Cryo feels so far away as you inch your way forward in the precious hours you have to play every week, and doing so just makes it all the harder. Still figuring out the balanced mix of the endgame. And these have been addressed in some of these small patches. Bubbles, nade spams, snipers. Feels like every engagement at the endgame with all of the stuff everyone has accumulated is chaotic, fast, and stressful in a bad way. Taking time to make important tactical decisions can feel like a luxury. Spawn rushing and lobby clearing are dominant strategies that pull the pacing too far and make matches too predictable. Matchmaking can be a blessing or a curse, and sometimes you just don't want to sweat. Gripping your precious loot every moment as you creep your way to the exfil while spinning your head around like a chicken to make sure another runner doesn't drop on top of you with a shotgun is a fun and intense experience. But after a few runs of that, sometimes you need to power down and just wait to frag out or relax and play a different way. It's hard to find that chill moment in Marathon. This is why I wanted to read this verbatim. These are some of the complaints that I have had, my friends have had, some of my best gaming buddies. These are some of the complaints that we've all discussed this season. There is a massive learning curve to this game. I've seen it on many different videos. I've seen it said in numerous conversations throughout the last couple of months. The first 30 hours of Marathon are the worst. And it's because the onboarding is kind of crappy. If you take the time to read everything, it's phenomenal. However, it's not immediately intuitive. And they could work on getting that onboarding process better. The fact that they are tracking all of this and they're aware of these issues is really encouraging. So, sponsored kit, Dire Marsh, sponsored perimeter, upping the floor of the sponsored kits to greens in this last month of the season, and adjusting the matchmaking systems. These are all ways that they've been working on it this season to make it more of a smooth experience so you don't feel like you're just having to be a sweat lord every single run. And they're working on that going forward into the next seasons. One of the things that I was very excited to read was down here, right here. So they already have plans for Season 2 and Season 3 and beyond. Rotating duo queues, updating the matchmaking system to help get better quality matches with more flexibility for higher-end players, that we are not stuck in really long queues. And they're wanting in Season 2, which is on June 2nd, just a couple of weeks away, with new options to chill. In Season 2, we will be experimenting with 2 modes, one at the beginning of the season and one towards the middle. The experimental mode at the beginning of the season will be more focused on PvE with a light touch of PvP. The second experimental will be a PvE-only mode that's focused on crews being tasked with completing objectives together and making some progress across matches. Personally, I really like PvP, so that sounds kind of lame to me, but I know there's people out there that get really frustrated where every single map is PvP focused. So for those people that enjoy that, that's going to be an awesome mode. I can't wait to see what's in store for that. I will definitely play it to see how it runs and see what you can earn out of it, but I will still primarily be playing in the PvP normal game. We'll continue to run experimental queues beyond those 2 offerings for Season 2 and beyond, testing the waters around other mechanics, such as perhaps a more purely PvP-focused mode, with the potential for these to become part of the core gameplay loop or permanent new ways to play. Just like with the duo queues. For a little while, we did a rotating duo queue. We got to do it on, I played it specifically on Perimeter Dire Marsh. I cannot recall if they did it on Outpost or not, but it was a really fun place to play. There was no rooks, and you knew it was a smaller team, so it was a different dynamic to the map, and I enjoyed it personally. And they are bringing that as a permanent rotating playlist in Season 2. So, we already on this, now and after. Season 2 is on the horizon. Season 3, we're planning to introduce a lot, and I mean a lot, of revisions to our early experience, that onboarding that I was talking about. They already have plans for Season 4 and Season 5. So what I'm showing this, a lot of chatter around the internet is that the game is going to die a horrible fiery death here in a couple of months. I really hope not. So if you're looking at this in time frame, we're 3 months in for Season 1. Season 2 is another 3 months. Season 3, Season 4, Season 5. This is a full year worth of plans already. So I really hope that they continue with the correspondence that they're doing, community feedback, they're giving us answers, making changes quickly, addressing problems. I am extremely excited for the future of this game, and I hope that it continues strong. This has been some of the most fun I've had playing video games in a long time, and I want to see it continue. I hit on the parts of this that I feel like are the most important. However, these were good reads. If you want to, I will provide the link in the description of this video. Go and read them yourself. Those are what I felt was the most important, and I'm really excited to see what's in the patch notes next Tuesday. I can't wait for more loot for the end of the season. I hope to see you guys out there on Tau Ceti. Let's keep having fun. Stay safe.
Active. Camo filter engaged. Time to hunt.